Welcome back, folks. Chase Valenzuela here with a review of the Virtual Energy Blackout, Storm's newest asymmetrical pearl ball. The Blackout marks the return of the shape lock core shape in our current product line, this time in an HD format where they've increased the density. This reduces the RG and increases total differential and intermediate differential, so it makes this core a little more dynamic and overall a little bit stronger. Wrapped around this storied weight block is a core that we've all become pretty familiar with if you've been throwing storm equipment for the last couple of years. That's Rex Pearl. So this cover was featured on the Infinite Physix, the Code Black, and the Night Road. Rex Pearl has a distinct characteristic of being really clean but really diggy. It does have a nano load in it, and I'm a little bit unclear on exactly how much nano is in it. I think maybe they tweak it from ball to ball so you get ones that are a little more mid-laney and create a little more traction, and then you get variations that are a little cleaner and create a little more length through the front part of the lane. The Blackout definitely creates a good bit of length for having such a big core. The core on paper really wants to rev up and pick up and hit the spot pretty hard, but the cover does a really good job of balancing that out and making this ball get down the lane and not getting super forward super quickly, which is a problem that I sometimes have out of these bigger asymmetrical cores. As you can see, I really didn't have any problem getting this ball up the hill. As I moved in, I did have to soften up just a hair to get it to keep going through the 8-9 the right way, but a slight speed adjustment is all I really needed to make. I didn't have to trick it or rotate it a bunch or really climb on it and hit it a bunch. I just had to soften up a touch. So far, this has been a great transition piece for me off of some of our earlier cover stuff, even if they're technically weaker, so I can start pretty direct with like an IQ Tour Solid, and then I can jump in with this whenever the move left becomes necessary, and it's a great 1-2 punch, so it really complements some of our earlier covers, strong or weak. Obviously, it's a great step down from balls like the Eternity Pi and the DNA as well. First up, we have the Infinite Physix as a comparison ball. This was one of my absolute favorites when it came out, and by far my favorite Rex Pearl ball. I didn't match up super well with the Code Black, and I did like the Night Road, but it was a little bit conditional for me. The Infinite Physix was excellent when there was a little bit of free friction to the right, or the lanes were a little bit cliffed up. It does a really good job of blending out the cliff and controlling friction while not sacrificing any downlane motion. While these balls do have the same cover stock, there are some subtle differences in how they roll and where they want to start up and where they want to hook. So the Infinite Physix for me is a little bit earlier and rounder and smoother overall, where the Blackout's probably 3 or 4 feet later and a little more angular down the lane. So even though these balls have the same cover stock, I could actually probably start a little straighter and firmer with the Infinite Physix and then move in and change to the Blackout when I needed to cover more boards. Next up is the IQ Ruby. I chose this ball because it's really clean cover-wise and really smooth core-wise, even though it's a big step down. I found the shapes to be somewhat familiar to one another. And you'll see here, as long as I bump the IQ Ruby right, it shapes up properly. As soon as I keep it in the oil or don't get it a little further right down lane, it kind of wiggles and sees that oil. The Blackout, because of the larger weight block and overall slightly stronger cover stock that has that additional nano additive, will pick up and shape up through the oil a lot better than the Ruby will. The Blackout is out now. Go get one at your local Storm VIP Pro Shop or come see me at Balls of Fame Pro Shops in Springfield, Missouri. As always, thanks so much for watching, and keep an eye out for the Magic Gem video that's coming up this week. We'll see you next time.